Now, I've already explained in some other clips about the fact that vibrato, when it comes to vibrato, in our culture, we like somewhere between 4 to 8 pulsations per second, meaning that 4 pulsations per second or slower starts to sound too warbly, and we call it a warble. Something faster than 8 per second, and we start to call that a tremolo. Neither one are desired in our culture when it comes to what we think a good vibrato is. But somewhere between that 4-8 pulsation, anywhere in between there in different people's vibratos, some a little faster, some a little slower, is totally acceptable, and it warms up the tone and it sounds good. Now, just like everything that has to do with consistency inside the voice, you need to be able to make that happen everywhere in your range. So what I'm saying is, as you're singing through your chest voice, your mix, your head, your vibrato has to come in and be consistent. If it stays consistent in all those areas of your range, well, then what you're doing is you're tying together another factor that makes your whole voice sound coherent from the bottom to the top. Right? So if what I'm saying is the vibrato that you have in your head voice has to be consistent to the vibrato that you have in your chest voice. When that happens everywhere in your range and comes in and out, it's another quality that ties together the overall sound from bottom to top of your range and makes the listener feel that they're hearing the same voice no matter where they're at in their range. And that also holds true to any vowel sound or consonant combination. So like, for instance, if we were going I'm staying consistent from the bottom to the top. I'm letting things come up into my nasal resonator, getting a very very open sound, but a very resonating sound throughout my vocal resonators, mouth resonator versus nasal resonator. And again, no matter where I'm at, if I'm more in my chest resonator, or more in my nasal resonator, still the speed of that vibrato and how the air is coming through the chords has to remain consistent. Not only has to remain consistent, if it's remaining consistent, then you know that your voice is balancing out the way it should. Because vibrato is another one of those factors that when you can just release into your vibrato, it actually relaxes the voice, the air pressure balances out, and you are singing in a more comfortable, protective place in your voice as well. So, a little bit more about vibrato. So, want to learn a lot more about vibrato? Well then, please come over to totallyvocals.com and check out the vibrato course. If you don't know anything at all about vibrato or don't have a vibrato, I have a whole bunch of easy ins in the course that will help kickstart your vibrato. If you already have a vibrato but you don't feel secure about it, or if you want to learn more about how to apply it to various different genres, how to speed it up, how to slow it down, how to use it in musical theater versus pop music or jazz or rock, and how that's all used, all of that's covered in the course. So if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about vibrato or a lot more about vibrato, totallyvocals.com.